Yeah.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. As I told you earlier on our Facebook page, After Effects, this is the new series titled Family and Relationships. Right now, I got my big sis on the phone, Superman's Day. Say what's up to the people.
Greetings and salutations. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year 2023 is all about the blessing, so I'm just going to jump right into the fire with this one.
All
Sis,
right.
do
Yes.
family destroy relationships?
Oh boy. Let me say this. Can they? Yes, they can. But it all depends on just how far you let them go.
Mm. Mm. Yes, indeed. You want to elaborate?
Well, sure. Okay. Well, see, here's the whole thing. The whole thing is you get into a relationship with someone, and come on now, let's be realistic. I can speak from experience that there have been some individuals that I've dealt with that kind of like, my people weren't too fond of or what have you, but they didn't necessarily ruin it, if you will. It was more so on the individual's part. But here's the problem. The problem is when you start putting everybody in your relationship, meaning you're constantly telling them what's going on and things of this nature. Oh, well, he did this or she said that, blah, 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 whatever. What you fail to realize is you two will go home and make up and y'all will be good. But your family will still be in their feelings about what they were told, you know. And then when these people come around, they take it upon themselves to take digs at them and take shots and just say stuff, out of the way. And then that causes that person to potentially come out of character. And somebody somewhere, if not on both parties, is going to get disrespected.
Whew. Listen. Whew. I've been there. They will, and if I forgot about this, if they feel that you're spending too much time,
Come on, somebody.
if they feel you're spending too much time and they're not getting your time or they're not getting the finances or revenue that they would normally get, then it automatically makes that other individual the devil.
Mm-hmm.
You see, because with relationships, you have to be so tight, so well knit together that no
Yes.
matter what happens, y'all solid. I
Right.
mean, I know some cases where to this very day, and this is 2023,
Mm-hmm.
these folks have been together for some time now, and it still is this lingering black cloud like you basically came and stole our family member away from us.
Mm.
Really?
Okay. And to me, I guess my whole issue with that is it's like, okay, the cycle of life.
Yeah.
You're born, you grow up, you have children of your own. They grow up, and the thing is, it's like everybody's kind of like supposed to, dare I say, like branch out and live their own lives.
Come on.
You shouldn't put the burden of your adult children living the life that you want them to live. They should be able to live their own life. And if that
Yes.
means not being in your household anymore, if that means not being in the state where they grew up anymore, then so be it. You got to do what you wanted to do, regardless of who had what to say about it.
Woo, I knew this was going to be a touchy one, man, because this is what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
You're not in a relationship. Now, let me stop and pause because we all know there's cases out here that do this. But
Mm-hmm.
for us, we don't deal with dating our family members. I ain't got 2, 3 kids by my family. I'm not married to my family.
There you go.
And I guess I could pose this question now, sis. Uh, do you think there was some kind of attraction why everybody acting retarded the way they acting?
Oh wow. That's a bit extreme there. I'm not gonna even lie to you. But no, I don't think that it's attraction there or what have you. I think what the major issue is that people have a hard time of letting go.
Ooh.
You get used to certain situations and everything. You get used to this person being around and doing this and doing that or whatever. And then when someone else comes along and kind of like your loved one starts spending time with this person, they're trying to forge a bond and things of that nature. The biggest fear is that you're going to forget your family.
Please help me understand what the hell does that mean? Help me understand what the hell does that mean?
Well, you actually touched on it when you said more or less like when people had gotten used to like finances or things, it was certain finances or things that you used to take care of. It's like, heaven forbid that you want to work and stack your bank account, that you possibly want to purchase a home one day for you and your spouse and any future children that you might have. Oh no, the mindset is, well, I had you and I raised you and I took care of you for all these years. So now every dollar that you get your hands on belongs to me. Who told you that?
Woo!
Who told you that? And even with that, the thing is, when you get to a point where you say, okay, I'm ready to branch off and do my thing or whatever the case may be, it's like, okay, excuse me, why don't you think back to when you were my age, since you love to tell those stories so much. Well, when I was your age, this, that, and the third. Well, when I was your age, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, guess what? When you were talking about that, when I was your age stuff, guess what? I'm that age that you were talking about now. So why is it that it's a problem for me trying to do whatever it is that I need to do for myself, but yet you was able to just come and go as you please and you didn't care what anybody had to say about it? Why is it such a big, why is it such a big deal?
I think I might have an answer to that. Well,
I'm dying to hear this.
Well, because number one, we can no longer control you.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's always been power, money, and manipulation.
Oh, but let's not forget one of my favorite songs featuring Lil' Kim, The Lox, and DMX. Money, Power, Respect.
Yep.
Okay.
So, matter of fact, now that I think about it, because my mind always reverse and regress to go back to previous conversations, it was actually said, you taking our family member away from us, they can't help us no more. Well, they couldn't come out and say help us no more, but that's what you really meant. They doing their own thing. I know you and your family is doing stuff. What you mean, me and my family?
Well, actually, allow me to clarify that. And someone, a good friend actually broke this down for me, and it made perfect sense.
Oh, okay.
See, the thing is, okay, when you're born and everything like that, your parents or, whomever is going to be in charge of raising you and everything like that, you figure dependent, mother, father, siblings, whomever in the household.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's your family.
Right.
Okay. Then, when you get to that point where you decide to get with someone, and whether y'all just decide that y'all just gonna be together for the rest of whatever, or y'all decide to actually get married, that becomes your family. That person that you're with becomes your family. When you start having children of your own, that is your family.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else outside of your household, guess what? They become relatives.
Right.
And see, the relatives have an issue because maybe you were the type of person that whenever they fell short or whatever, you was Captain Save them with your cape on and come flying through and save the day. But see, now you have your own household. You have your own responsibilities. You have people in-house that you have to be responsible for. So the last thing that your relatives want to hear is that you don't have it, you can't do it, whatever the case may be. That's an issue for them. They take it personally. And it's like, to me, my whole thing is follow the advice that you've given down through the years. Make sure that you put some money aside for a rainy day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because you never know what may happen. I might get in a position where I might not be able to assist you. And then you're going to hold that over my head. Well, you know, I took care of you when you were sick. I did this. I did. Let me stop you right there. Remember, you had me. I didn't have you. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you, and I see how the entertainers, and I can't lie and say that I wouldn't do the same thing. Now, if I'm financially stable, I don't mind looking out for you and lending a helping hand when I can, but I don't want you to become dependent on me to the point of where every time I turn around, you need some kind of financial assistance or bailout.
Say that louder for the people in the back.
Because what that says to me is that you're not financially responsible and you figure, hey, well, whatever she got is mine too. No, that's not how this goes.
You know what? I didn't even think about that, but since you brought it up, let's talk about it. What is this if you live in my house thing, then just because I'm older than you, all the money that you work at all your jobs come to me, and I give you what I want to give you.
If they want to give you anything at all.
Yeah, if.
Well, see, sweetie, you have to understand. Allow me to give you a little bit of my personal background.
Come on.
See, this goes back a couple of generations.
Yeah.
And the main thing that I've heard for as long as I've been able to understand and comprehend English is after you get to be a certain age, preferably anywhere from 18 years of age on up.
Roughly. Yep.
You can't stay anywhere for free.
Oh, yeah.
So when you get a job and you start making money, the first thing that pops into one's head and elder's head is, okay, well, you can start helping out with these bills and things around the house, these utilities, buying groceries, this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. And I'm going to be honest with you, depending on the type of person you are and what kind of agreement you can come to, I don't mind being of assistance in helping out because, yes, I'm regrouping or I'm utilizing,
exactly,
and such in the household.
Right.
However, for me, it becomes a problem when the dollar amount that I'm paying out
is my check.
It's so astronomical that if I decided 6 months to a year from now I wanted to move, I don't have two nickels to rub together saved in the bank.
Come on, man.
And what makes it, and to add insult to injury is you don't seem to have a problem with that because, hey, your stuff is getting handled.
Well, let me just throw a little bit of mine in there since we talking about backgrounds, and like I said, we share this, and I still can't figure this out.
Okay.
I was told when I became of age, like you said, I don't have a problem helping out when it's just the helping out part. But when does it go from helping out to income tax? All your paychecks, and if you had a lawsuit, all that go to the house.
Oh, 100%. Okay. Okay, there's a slight difference there. Okay, slight difference there, but I understand exactly where you're coming from. And here's my thing, and I'm quite sure that I'm going to offend some people when I say this, but guess what?
Yep. We don't care.
Hold up. Sorry, not sorry.
Exactly.
I look at it like this. I get to a point where I start making money and bringing money into the household. Look at it like this. I didn't get to ask you about your paychecks, your paydays, and how much you were bringing in and all that other stuff. So please do me that same courtesy and don't worry about mine.
Right.
If we come to a financial agreement, we're going to stick to said agreement. You're not going to keep waffling back and forth and trying to pile more stuff on top of me that I need to be responsible for, to the point of where I can't even pay my own stuff.
Well, I'm about to blow your mind right now. Grab a hold to your seatbelts. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I was told by a said person, because I am retired, and yes, this is my house, it is not my job to pay everything in this house. Since you live here, you are to pay everything in this house. Your thoughts?
Well, hold on. You said my thoughts?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you never asked. Well, then if that's how we want to do that, then I'm going to tell you what. Since you're retired, since you feel that you don't have to be responsible for all the financial obligations in the household, then what we need to do is we need to go and get that deed changed and it be in my name and everything like that. So then that way, we're going to put that responsibility where it actually is supposed to go. No, you're not going to have me paying your bills and everything like, but the stuff is in your name.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, I knew you was going to say that, because I was like, I wish you could have just been there to see the look on my face. I said, say what now?
I'm quite sure you probably had the same look on your face that I'm looking like right now. Like, no, but then that being the case, no, we need to get some stuff changed here. Because if I'm paying the lion's share,
yeah,
then guess what?
Man,
come on, somebody.
I kid you not. I needed them to say it the second time because it blew me. I thought I was hearing stuff. I said I must be tired, sleepy, or something. Somebody slipped me something. I'm like, can you repeat that? And true to that individual's form, because I am the age that I am at, it is your job to pay the mortgage, the utilities, the car note, and the insurance.
Then that means that all of that, the mortgage, the utilities, the car note needs to be in my name if I'm paying for them. And guess what? You do not get to assume that control anymore. That stuff, that power, that power transfers over to me. But they're not trying to do that.
Oh, they're not.
They don't care. They don't care how old you get. And see, that's the issue right there. You're so used to being in control and calling the shots and running the show that you forget you're not dealing with small children anymore that need to have their diapers changed and they need to be fed. No. See, now you're dealing with an adult, but you only want to deal with the adult when it's convenient. When it comes to the financial side of it, oh, I'm as grown as don't get all day, every day. But when it comes to if I can have company, dare I say, spend the night or whatever the case may be, or if I decide I want to go out or whatever, then it's a curfew that I need to follow. And then now we want to revert back to childhood.
But listen, I'm gonna show you this one particular day when the next time we all together about a situation I told you about. But since we on that, let me tell you. So me being who I am, I'm true to my form. I was like, if I'm gonna be doing all this, what you gonna be doing with your money? Do you know what the response I got was?
Sitting on it or saving it?
Precisely.
Of course. Come on now. Allow me to take you back to an episode of The Cosby reality show, which actually did just come on in syndication the other day, and it tickled me. I got so tickled I started laughing, but I could relate to it. When Theo was talking about he wanted to be a model and this, that, the third, and he was going to be making so much money from modeling and stuff, so the Huxtable clan decided they wanted to introduce him to the real world and everything. And basically what happened was, by the end of the episode, you know, he was sitting in his room. They had cleared out all his furniture and everything, had a little fake furniture store in there, and his parents had given him, I want to say, about $2,000 for him to do what he needed to do. First of all, hats off to them, because 9 times out of 10, most parents, you got to get it how you live. They ain't trying to save up nothing for you.
Oh, no.
So I tip my hat to them in that respect. But when they came to visit him, when his parents came to visit him in his room, he had like some kind of little lantern-like type joint, and he had covers and pillows and stuff, and he was on the floor. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just like, basically, he said, well, I borrowed these from Cockroach, blah, 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 so I think I have everything I need. So Cliff looks at him and he says, now, riddle me this. He said, why is it that with your money, you have everything you need, but with our money, you want to live the lifestyle of the rich and famous? So you got to look at it like this. You got to flip this scenario. Once you get grown, now your parents who brought you into this world and stuff, they start thinking about all of the money that they spend on you down through the years, and they're trying to recoup that. Not to the point where I can't survive or I can't function, because trust and believe you me, there is going to come a day, there is going to come a time where I'm going to say, you know what? I'm ready to blow this popsicle stand, and I'm ready to do my own thing. But I can't do that if you constantly staying in my pockets.
Woo! You
and then have the audacity to tell me more or less like, well, you should be so much further along than what you are now. Well, maybe if you had been killing over the last how many other years, I might have a couple of houses and some rental income property by now.
Hey, sis, what about this one? How can I do anything if you keep taking all my money? Get over it.
Yeah, okay, get over it. But just remember, you telling me to get over it, but just like me, you're getting older too. And once again, probably gonna hurt a few feelings with this one, but just remember, of the two, who's more likely to possibly end up in a nursing home when I'm telling me to get over it, okay?
So you know me, you know your brother, I'm all the way stupid. I'm like, oh, get over it? Cool, I got you. I got you covered. But then I all need to be gone 2 months, and the first thing you see, my cell phone ring. Hello? Yeah, if you can spare from your household, can you help us? Huh?
Okay.
But see, this goes back to a point that you made earlier. A lot of people wonder how they wind up in nursing homes. But you have to literally, if you really talk to people, this is what you get. They're mean. They're cantankerous. They did so much to me growing up. I don't want to be bothered with that.
Exactly. And don't think it's going to get any better the older that they get.
Yeah.
It's only going to get worse.
Right.
You know, and the tripped out part is when you mention that or when you throw that in the mix or whatever, then they want to have the grace to, they want to have the audacity to try to act surprised or act shocked. Like, why would you even say something like that? Okay, yes, let's play stupid to save ourselves. You wasn't constantly nitpicking and nagging and talking down to me and messing with my self-esteem and giving me a complex about myself and all this other stuff or whatever for many years, you know. And then when I go to speak on it, well, who used to do that to you? Who used to say that to you? You can't.
That's the part that get me. Don't nobody know who said that.
Right.
Don't nobody know how to do it. But here go my favorite one of all. What is it? You know God don't like ugly.
pretty and cute either, but you better look in the mirror when you say that.
Well, I'm like, oh, so we quoting scriptures now?
Right. Come on now. Let's not do that. And especially for those of you that seem to be confused and all this other stuff, let's we not forget. Married couples, and please feel free to clean it up for me, bro.
Yes, ma'am.
It says, husbands cleave to thy wives and wives cleave to thy husbands.
Yep.
Okay? But it also says to honor thy mother and father. It didn't say anything about moving them in. It didn't say anything about living with them for the rest of whatever.
Oh, Jesus.
And look at it like this. Okay, no offense, but you've been cleaving to that individual that none of us can stand many years. Okay?
Hold up, did nobody vote on?
Underwear, okay?
Ain't nobody even voted on that individual.
Right. You love this individual with your whole heart and soul. You wouldn't give that person up for nothing in the world, but you have a problem with me cleaving to mine? Come on now.
How? Exactly. You got a whole.
Let's take you to Cleveland Clinic and go get your mental health checked, okay? Come on, pumpkin.
Oh, yes. You speaking nothing but facts. Because I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. My spouse ain't even as crazy as yours. Matter of fact, they ain't even did an inkling of what yours have done so much. I'm still in therapy. But you talking about mine, nothing wrong with mine. We happy.
Hold up. Now here's where I got to intervene. Here's where I got to interject. Remember, craziness. It's levels to this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, your spouse's crazy ain't quite the same kind of crazy that other individual is. That's something altogether different.
Come on.
And even with that, my sis, the only time that crazy comes out
is when you force it.
Somebody decided to violate.
Yeah.
Do something or say something they ain't had no business doing. But other than that, she just be in the corner chilling, minding her business. So, yeah. He been like this.
Yeah, that dude was like that since day one. But you mad at me though.
The Bible. Fool, it's a wonder I didn't burst into flames when I walked through the door. You throw some holy water on me, so I'll be all right.
Yeah, like I'm going in there with garlic and a cross.
So, but yeah, like I said, that's something I could never understand. But to reiterate or to touch back on, like I said, it's generations and things of that nature. And for me, it started back with my great grandfather. The thing was, he had 9 children and everything like that. And after they got to be a certain age, they went out and got jobs. Now, mind you, they grew up farm life. Now, I'm quite sure you can relate to this, and I'm not trying to trigger anything when I say this. I'm just stating facts. But each child, when they got to a point where they got out and got a job and everything like that, when on their payday, he would show up to their job and take certain dollar amounts out or whatever. This is to help out towards the household. And one by one, every last one of them made sure that they saved up enough money. They got out, they never looked back. You know, and then that continues to go down through the generations.
Yeah.
You know, my grandmother, you know, more or less, the thing was you can't stay anywhere for free. Well, I like that, you know, I can respect that and everything like that, but it all depends on who you staying with.
You're absolutely right.
If you have somebody that really has your best interest at heart, either it's going to be a thing of y'all work out some kind of situational arrangement amongst each other that it doesn't financially kill you.
Come on.
Or they'll say, well, man, you know what? You go ahead and do what you need to do. I'm going to hold us down, such and such and so and so. And then, you know, you can jump in, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but who in this day and age actually looks at the long game when all is said and done? You're only looking at the here and now.
Yes.
When you're getting money from the adults that are staying in your household or whatever. Are you taking parts of that and putting it like aside in a bank account or something? So if that, you know, that you gave me, you know, this, that, and the third, take this and go get you a decent start in life or whatever. No, too busy spending. It's like as soon as you get your hands on the money, that money is gone.
Yep.
2 days later, that money is gone.
And you know what's the
that money? Don't you worry about what happened.
Oh, come on. Listen, you done took the words I was just getting ready to say. What you mean, don't worry? You done came and got all this damn money from me, but now you telling me not to worry about it? What did you do with it? Because I'm looking at it and some stuff's supposed to be where it's supposed to be, and it ain't there. Oh, I do whatever I want to do. It's mine. It's my house.
Okay. For my personal favorite, and to me, I'm sorry, but this is like the biggest insult ever. Well, you know, that little bit of money that you give me, that don't make that big. Well, then why are you so pressed to keep receiving it? Why do you keep stretching your hand out for it if that little bit of money that's coming up off of or whatever is insignificant? It would be totally significant in my bank account.
I got a question. What is that little bit of money? Okay, but you keep taking it though.
Thank you. You know what? That's them trying to be, that's their way of being sarcastic and stuff. Like, in other words, like, you don't make the kind of money that I make or whatever. So that little bit, you know, that's not doing anything. Well, if it's not doing anything,
give it back.
You don't have to get it. Then all of a sudden, well, see, you can't stay anywhere for free. Like I said, you don't know that.
Exactly.
You don't know that. Who's to say that maybe I might not be able to stay with relatives or whatever? Yeah. Or I might meet somebody and he said, well, you know what? I know that you having a tough time, this, that, and the third or whatever. All I ask is that you do this, that, and the third, okay? Because I'm going to be honest with you. How many dudes out here living with a female that ain't a bit more paying or contributing to that situation than the man in the moon? She holding down everything.
Exactly.
Everything. And what is he doing? When she get home from work or whatever, I'll do you one better. How about if she doesn't let him take her car to drop her off at work, as soon as she come home, he out the door. Or on the flip side of that same coin, how about these females that they are working a job, they making some decent money or whatever, they can handle their own stuff, but they done more or less made it clear to the dude that they rocking with that he got to pay he got to pay for all this different stuff or whatever if he want to be in her life. And you talking about you can't stay anywhere for free. What, do you have a crystal ball? Can you see into the future? Are you psychic?
I don't know if you sent me the video or I sent you the video. But I saw it. It's like one of them short reels videos. So the girl was making buku money.
Okay.
The dude was working a job, but they cut his hours. She wanted him to still continue to go get 2 and 3 other jobs to pay for all the bills in the house. She said her money was to keep her upkeep, like her hair,
nails, all that other stuff.
You know what video I'm talking about.
Okay.
And when he said that, if I work in 2 and 3 jobs, how can I spend time with you? Because in anything in a relationship, you got to put time in it. Oh, she like, we'll make time. He said, no, if I work in 2 or 3 jobs, how are we going to make time? And then he said, I'm not going to get no 2 or 3 jobs. He said, all I need for you to do is just, for right now, help me out until I get my hours back, and then I can work, and then, I'll go back to doing everything. She put him out of the house. Your thoughts?
Yeah, See, once again, I have an issue with that because for me, my thing is, if you're with the right person, first of all, y'all supposed to be working together. Y'all supposed to be building something together.
Yep.
You're not supposed to, like, if y'all decided to enter into a relationship knowing that one of you was not employed or whatever, don't start throwing that up in that person's face because you chose to do that. You didn't have to get with that person and they didn't have a job. I know some people that more or less like, he said, hey, you know what? Dude told me, he said he saw this one young lady, he thought she was just so wonderful, so awesome. He said he drove a crappy car. He said he didn't even have the courage or the nerve to talk to her until he got himself together. He went out and got 2 jobs, got his money up, got him a nice ride and everything like that. Then he shot his shot and they got together. So it's all, on you and what you're willing to accept. But it's like, don't be dogging this person out when you accepted them for who they were.
Right.
In it.
The dude, he had been doing everything. And like most companies, around certain times of the year, they shave them hours down.
Right.
So he asked you for a little help for a month, 30 days. And you couldn't even help. Now, keep in mind, she makes I think it was hundreds of thousands of dollars. Needless to say,
she's making 6 figures.
Yeah, she got more than he got. And all he said was, just help me out for the next few months until my hours go back up. She put him out. Said, I don't need you.
Okay, then see, she need to be by herself then. Because if the situation were reversed and she dealt with a man that did that to her, then it would be that would be so terrible. He ain't no good. This, that, and the third. Blah blah. Come on now. You can't do that.
Social media will be lighting up a store and talking about how much of a dog he is.
Exactly. He was wrong for that. And girl, go sit down. Go sit down somewhere. For real. Oh, but my personal favorite, the other video, and I don't know, once again, I might ruffle some feathers with this one, but hey, it is what it is. The caption was, when you paying your girl $500 in rent, only to find out 6 years later that the house has been paid.
Oh, I saw that. I said I would have been irate.
I was like, oh my goodness gracious. Now, the only way that I could even come with that, okay, so you mean to tell me this house has been paid for? This house has been paid for.
Long time ago.
Give me $500 a month in rent to stay here. Then what that means is to me, with that money in the bank, you better take me on one hell of a decent vacation.
Come on.
Whatever I asked for, you better not. In my pocket as it was yours.
I don't even know.
A lot of nerve. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it.
I know for me, and I like to think I'm a level head, but that there probably would have sent me over the edge. So you mean we've been together for 6 years. We cooling, we've been dating, we loving each other, we doing everything that couples do. And all of a sudden, I have to, because my mind goes off to split ways. How did you find out that she owned the house? Because if she ain't told you 6 years ago, how did you find out? Probably some mail or something came, or one of the other family members let something slip. Even if she told you 6 years ago. Huh?
Probably what it is.
You breaking up a little bit there. You breaking up a little bit there, but I got you. Yeah. Nope. I think we
Or
lost
privy
it.
to before.
Huh?
I said possibly what happens is they done had some kind of disagreement.
Yeah.
And now, because they, he done said something or whatever the case may be, now in her anger, she done spilled the beans that, well, this house was paid in full years ago. Okay. See, you don't do that. That's wrong.
Because there should not be no secrets between couples.
No, not at all.
If we gonna be together, then everything about me, we need to sit down and have that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because if something come up later, and it always do come up, and everybody gonna be looking at me like I'm supposed to know, and I got to play it off like, yeah, I knew. But when we get in the car or get back to the house, that's gonna be a conversation like, so you ready to tell me? Like, what the heck? Like, what are you thinking? Because something always come out. I tell people, honesty is the best thing you can have in any relationship. Right. Because no matter the Bible tells you that what's done in the dark eventually coming to the light.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. But I just find it interesting. Why is it that people wait until they get angry to start letting all type of stuff, come out? That's when the truth starts to come out. You know good and well that you had no intentions whatsoever of whomever this person is finding out this information, but they say something or they do something, and now you just so far gone that you just letting it all hang out. And once those words come out your mouth, the only thing you can do is apologize. And yet, depending, they may forgive you, but they're never going to forget how you disrespected them.
I'll never forget. This was a paternity court case. So the dude, him and his wife or his girlfriend was at her sister's house. And he's like, their kid was there. He playing with his daughter. And next thing you know, her and her sister get into this big fight. And what you think the sister said?
That's not your child anyway.
Yep. Have you told him that ain't his daughter? And he was like, he turned around and was like, what you mean this ain't my daughter? And so he was like, the sister went to pulling up messages and Facebook pics. And then the next thing we know, it was time for the DNA test. And first thing that was read, nobody was the father.
Wow.
Not the boyfriend and not the dude she was sleeping with. And she's standing up there like, oh, well.
Right.
How can you be so cold? How can you be so calculus?
So callous?
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing. Let's be realistic here.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, one of the main reasons that people do this and everything is because they don't want to come under fire for what? Being promiscuous. Okay? It's like you tell one man that this is your child or whatever the case may be, that you're pregnant with this child or whatever, knowing that you just slept with someone else.
Yeah.
But depending, the one might be in a little bit better situation than the other. It's all different kind of factors that go into this or whatever. But I think one of the main things is that you looking at it like, okay, well, I'm going to put the name on the birth certificate. So if something happens or whatever, child support. So whether this person stays in my child's life or not, either way, I'm covered. And to me, that is so absolutely selfish.
Yep.
And cold-blooded.
I got a bombshell for you. You ready?
Sure.
Another episode of Paternity Court. Chick got two different guys playing child support. And she living with one claiming he the father.
So it's a total of 3 guys?
Paying child support.
You know what? See, I don't even like to get into stuff like that. And then see, the messed up part, you playing around like that, you messing with other people's families and stuff, and then heaven forbid, want them snap and seriously hurt you or end your life or whatever, then your family want to come crying and, you know, they don't deserve to get out of prison and this, that, and the third or whatever. Excuse me, I don't condone it. Trust and believe you me, I don't condone it. But if your daughter hadn't been playing games and stuff in the first place, it never would have gotten to this point. Because I'm sorry, but let's just call it what it is. When you messing with a person's money, their feelings and stuff like that, that's a killing offense.
I keep trying to tell people it really need to be a law. Because a lot of people don't understand. When you play with people's emotions and their feelings, and you don't wasted their time and money because you wanted to play games. Like, I was almost caught in a situation years ago before I married your sister. Like, this chick, I told you about the chick with the PlayStation dude, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Right. So, the baby daddy living in the house, she trying to date me, and then I later found out that she was also trying to talk to the dude in the meat department and the other dude in produce. So she had 3 dudes on the job she trying to talk to, and plus the baby daddy living at the house.
Wow. Oh, that's crazy.
And how we found out, so we was in the outside on break drinking Red Bull. This is how I can remember verbatim. Back when I was drinking the Red Bull energy drinks. So we was all talking like, yo, you know, Big said, what you doing this weekend? So I'm like, you know, I'm supposed to be hanging out with so-and-so. Bro, you know that's my girl, right? And the other dude was like, no, she with me. I'm like, bro, what you talking about? She been riding with me every night, calling me, I've been taking her places to grocery shopping, and you know, it's supposed to be us. And we're like, wait a minute, is she playing all 3 of us? I'm like, yeah, she just asked me. Remember I told you about the C note. So she tried to get 150 from both of them. And it was like, they thought it was awfully weird because we all got paid the same day. And neither one of us gave her the money. And then she called all 3 of us clowns and said we was less than men. And I was like, whatever. And it was like, why she do that? And then I told them, I'm like, bruh, you ever been to her house? They're like, no. I'm like, well, it's a good thing because if you did, you would have saw the baby daddy up in there playing the video game. And they both looked at me like, man, stop playing. I'm like, bruh, I'm not playing. Like, you know me.
Right.
I'm like, cause the way her apartment set up, you gotta go up some stairs. Like, we only took her home, but really? Like, yeah. Dude was standing up in there playing video games on TV. They like, wow, man.
Right,
I'm like, I know.
That's crazy. Like I said, you don't do no stuff like that, and especially without people's knowledge. Now, if you got the type of setup where everybody is aware of each other and they don't have a problem, then hey, I say do what you do. But no.
Yeah,
not at all.
That's different. Like, what is the old saying? Since you always say, "Why jump out the skillet into the fire?"
Say that again.
Why jump out the skillet into the fire?
Hey, I don't know.
However, I got one for you because, like I said, this is about to be a series. How do you feel about parents trying to live their life through their children's relationship?
I say get a hobby, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Do a hobby. Because what that says to me is that you don't have enough to do. If you have to try to live vicariously through me, you need something to do. Plain and simple. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
But what do they call that? I forgot. Is their second chance or their start over? What the heck? How do you start over in somebody else's relationship?
No. That's the funniest thing I ever heard of in my entire life.
No. Okay, well, Sissy says she's just gonna bypass that one. She ain't even about to touch that one. How about?
I don't know what to tell you. What was that song by that dude named K Solo all those years ago? Your mom's is in my business. No. 9 times out of 10, we don't even have the same taste in men. Go find you somebody. Senior.com. I will set up your profile.
She said Senior.com.
Or Black People Meet or whatever. Hold on, ain't Mr. Grandpa out there on Instagram? Ain't he single? I'll be in him. Come on now, no.
Oh Jesus! Hey, what about this one? Because this is starting to become a new thing now. Mothers is sharing boyfriends with their daughters.
No, I'm sorry. No. Let me. No. I'm sorry. No. And especially taking into consideration that my mother loves older men. Hell, the age difference between she and I, that's a no right there. So even though I ain't checking for any, oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus, no. Oh, stupid. He goes, no.
Well, you know I ain't lying. I'm just saying, this stuff is out there.
And I get it. I really do. But I want to say this and everything, and as much as entertaining as this whole thing has been, I apologize, but my phone is at that point where it is about to die.
All right. Listen, we're going to end this off with here. My sister's going to close us out.
Well, everybody, what can I say except, family and relationships, that's just something that you really just have to keep a close eye on, because you'd be surprised where haterism comes, the forms that it comes in, and all that other stuff. So just keep your eyes open, pay attention, and if it's something you don't want to come back and bite you later on, don't be so willing to share what's going on. If you have little, idiosyncrasies or skirmishes and stuff, little disagreements and stuff, keep that stuff to yourself. Don't be so quick to run tell that, because believe it or not, that stuff could spiral out of control on so many different levels. Like, it might be a relative that'll be checking for your man or your woman or whatever. So just avoid the foolishness altogether.
All right.
Y'all looking forward to a prosperous year.
Yes.
And everything. We love you guys and thank you.
Hey, we are holla. This is Family and Relationships Part 1. I can't wait to Part 2. Deuces.
I'm looking forward to it.